You want me to dance?
Yeah, you want to do a dance? Why not?
Oh,
Now you're on the spot.
No, you have to dance too then.
Fine.
Norman Seawright here. What can we...
Talking about? What are we talking about? We're talking about golf. That's what we're talking about. I know it's late. Hundreds of teams, thousands of athletes, and even the Pro Football Hall of Fame camp.
I love this giant monitor because when I have to point out scores to you, I can literally do that and you get to see more of me. Everybody wins.
If at any point you cannot hear me, it is because University of Charleston is hosting Ohio State University. Good luck in your race. You know you got to get ready for it. This is your final call. Have at it. Good luck, and we'll see how you do. They have increased security measures here. You cannot bring weapons, knives, guns, knitting needles.
I think I'll never be that good at surfing.
Me neither, definitely not. You do a lot of other things, though.
A lot of other things I do well. The next thing we're going to do is train like a freshman basketball player at Marshall University.
Most of us would only notice that a player is missing because we don't hear his name or number being called in the lineup.
You're looking at heat haze at Coonskin Park Schoenbaum Stadium. It's so hot that the air is heated in an irregular pattern, causing light to refract in an irregular pattern. There's your science lesson for the day, but you are not here for science, you're here for sports. All right, thank you, Scott. Next, we're going to Shinston. My man Rob Schiff and Ryan Decker there. We're talking about Lincoln against Robert C. Byrd tonight. How you guys doing? All right, love it. Highway 34 connects Winfield to Hurricane. You don't need this lesson, but this is why when the schools play, it's called the War on 34. These kids get rowdy, and that's Putnam County for you. I appreciate the enthusiasm. As far as enthusiasm concerned, the players also wilding out. It's week 1, and you're taking on your rival, so I can get behind that. Winfield has the ball first. Hurricanes' Jacob Cooper causes the Generals' John Covert to fumble. Redskins recover, and look at this. Hurricane has a turnover belt. So Cooper gets the turnover belt. It's a little Miami swagger in West Virginia. Hurricane ends up third and long scenario. You don't love it, but quarterback Austin Womack makes the best of it. From the 30, lands the ball right in R.J. Engel's hands. First touchdown of the night goes to the Redskins. Second quarter, Womack passing to Aaron Kerwood. That's what you're going to see right here from the 25-yard line. 14-0 Hurricane. So about this year-old War on 34 trophy, Hurricane is still the only name on it. 24-13 is the final score. That is 8 straight wins against Winfield. Something fun I saw on social media today. Marshall men's basketball got some jewelry. These photos are courtesy of Adam Gu. There are 2 things to admire here. First, the rings, of course. They commemorate the Conference USA Championship and the team reaching the second round of the NCAA tournament. They're pretty. The second thing I admire is the subtle jab at West Virginia. Look at this tweet. It reads, West Virginia's only Division I conference champs were given their title rings, and they are fire. What they're saying, very subtly, is that West Virginia did not win the Big 12 tournament. The Mountaineers were the runner-up. Now, before you go spewing hate at the herd, you have to know social media is part of the game. It's all in good fun. And besides, Gold and Blue got the last laugh in the NCAA tournament. The Mountaineers beat Marshall, so take your finger off the tweet button. One of the biggest stories in college football right now comes from the University of Maryland, where offensive lineman Jordan McNair died on June 13th, 2 weeks after a particularly grueling practice. Autopsy results aren't in just yet, but McNair's family suspects heat stroke and wants head coach DJ Durkin fired. Multiple reports, including one from ESPN, call the coaching culture toxic. For example, it's been said that the strength coach will throw weights at players when angry. Durkin is on administrative leave, and South Carolina head coach Will Muschamp spoke Saturday emotionally in his defense.
I know DJ Durkin. He worked for me for 4 years at the University of Florida. He is an outstanding football coach, but he's also an outstanding husband and a father, and he treats people with respect. And I will use your word, alleged article. There's no credibility in anonymous sources. You know, if that former staffer had any guts, why didn't he put his name on that? I think it's a lack of journalistic integrity to print things with anonymous sources.
So he's blaming the messengers for this. Today, Muschamp expressed condolences to the McNair family, but he also stands by his belief that his old assistant, DJ Durkin, is a good guy. Here's the thing. Athletics are demanding, none more so than football. But if a player dies on a coach's watch and current and former players and staff members call that program abusive, and it's toxic enough that they want to be anonymous so they won't be singled out, the problem is real. Now, in case you missed it, last night, all eyes were on Tiger Woods as the PGA Championship, well, he finished that in second place, 2 strokes behind Brooks Koepka. Seems like we're robbing Koepka of some limelight, but he truly does not mind.
You know, I like to lay low. I like to kind of think back. I like to be the person that's not really recognized. But yet again, sometimes you can't really hide when you do certain things. And you win 2 majors this year and 3 total. You know, I guess you go down almost in the Hall of Fame, which you'll definitely get recognized in.
He's absolutely right about that. High school football season coming up this weekend in the
West Virginia State University head coach John Pennington knows what it means to grind. Mountaineer football fans know him for the catch. It was diving to catch a 28-yard touchdown pass from Rasheed Marshall in 2003 against Pitt. He doesn't do anything by half measures and knows how to do what it takes to succeed. He's the subject of this week's Train Like an Athlete, and this isn't even the warm-up. John Pennington warms up harder than most people work out.
This is just the warm-up.
Okay.
We're going to start with man makers. This is a Mike Barwood special here. So can't put the bar down until we're done.
You got a guy who's rough, struggling on you. How does Coach Pennington get in their heads?
Why are you doing this? Why are you here today? So it all starts with your why. Once you know that, that's your fuel. Once you think about all that stuff, this is kind of easy.
Why become a football coach?
Well, you get a chance to help people and impact the community. You know, I love being part of that initial journey into adulthood. You know, they're 18 to 22. They think they know everything, when in reality they don't know a thing. And so, you know, there's so many diehard West Virginia State fans. You know, I want my kids to see me, you know, helping others, inspiring others. That's my purpose, and I'm intentional about it, and I want to help people. And you know, even though I'm not home all the time, you know, I think that will teach them more than me being at home playing cars.
When did you know you wanted to do it?
First day I ever did it. I always thought I would never be a football coach. I wasn't a huge rah-rah kind of guy. I mean, I played passionately, but I just didn't think I could be, yelling at people all the time. But you don't have to be that way to be a coach, and that's kind of what I learned. And day one was like, man, I'm having an impact in one day. You know, imagine what I could do if I became a head coach. If I had 100 people underneath me, how I could teach them how to set goals and be a great student, and you know how to achieve what they want to achieve in life. And so I just wanted to give that gift back. I learned more in the locker room than I could ever learn in a classroom. You know, and I learned a lot at WVU and Wesleyan when I was in school, but nothing like what I learned in that locker room and in the meeting rooms. And that's what I feel like I get to do is I'm a teacher. I tell the players all the time, like, life is simple. It's not easy, but it's simple.